And I have this thing, like I call it the feedback loop, the reward loop. When you love what you're doing and you don't get anything other than that reward by itself, the satisfaction, the reward happens internally.
Get clients, get them results. You always want to focus on your strengths.
There's actually no way for me to actually give the same attention to the $1 million client and to the $500 million client. You just have to focus on doing your thing well. Good morning. So heading off to a meeting right now, and I was just really hardly thinking, because of the vlog last night, I was really thinking, like, when you're starting out in something, like, you should really not make money, right? Because it just trains your mind to love your craft more than anything else. And I think that's a beautiful fact. I'm probably gonna push a lot more in this thing in the future, because I think that's really valuable. Let me just cross. Yeah, so that's what I think. I think that if you're starting out with something, if you're starting your business, if you're a painter, if you're a writer, if you're anything, you should, if you're an entrepreneur, it goes the same way. You should not make any money at first, because if you're making a lot of money, it's really easily to get hooked to that. And when you're not making money, because you're just not gonna make money, right? You're gonna get depressed and disappointed. So I think that's pretty valuable, and you should be grateful for that and your progress. Okay, so heading off to a meeting right now, going inside, and then we're gonna talk soon. When you're starting out in something and you're not profiting, you're not getting the rewards, the quote-unquote rewards that people consider, a beautiful thing happens. You're really forced into loving what you do more than the actual rewards. And I have this thing, like I call it the feedback loop, the reward loop. When you love what you're doing and you don't get anything other than that reward by itself, the satisfaction, the reward happens internally. There's nothing outside of yourself that you base your reward on. But when you base your reward on money or anything like that, that reward happens externally, because you expect something from other people, for example, companies, individuals, whatever that is, to give you money. So if that's the case, then in the first part of doing whatever it is that you're doing, if you're passionate about it, you gotta really go on the trade and not make any money at first. And that's the way you should be doing it. Because if you're not making any money at first, you're gonna be a lot more able to sustain that effort in the long term. But when you're working, the only thing that you could be thinking of is where's the results, where I'm making money, where all these things. If you're thinking that, you're not gonna be able to sustain your effort in a consistent manner. You gotta be doing what you're doing from a different motive, from a different perspective. And that's just how it is. That's just how you keep sustainably doing what you're doing, okay? So, really excited to get back to work today. I was really thinking about this, and I think this is like a thesis that's kind of an outcome of being really long-term driven, okay? But if you have this, it's really easy to learn, because you learn because you want to. You don't learn because you make more money, right? And it goes with a lot of things. So I just think that's a really powerful message. I hope it kind of makes sense. It doesn't make completely 100% sense in my head, but I know my instinct tells me it's really valuable. So I don't know exactly what we're gonna do in today's vlog, but I think that's a pretty good message for today. I hope you're doing extremely well in your thing. Yeah, let's continue the day. There's a lot of things you can do to build your willpower, but here's the basic conclusion. No matter what it is that you do, willpower is a really important element in your life to build something sustainable, and here's why.